Lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to makeup.misfit. My bang, so driving me nuts. Today's video, I am filming the day it's supposed to go up, so it is a day late. However, we are still here. It's all good. I do want to apologize a little bit first. I'm sorry if this video is a little blah and boring. I've been kind of the last few days or so, but I'm pushing through. We're getting there, so it's all good. It's okay. And I'm also running a little low on time because I do have to start getting ready for work pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to going through these products with you guys for, of course, my Alice in Wonderland project. We're gonna start off with a product that has been in here for the longest, and that is the prompt, "You're entirely bonkers, but I'll tell you a secret, all the best people are." And this is a product that you like, but most people don't. I kind of changed it a little bit and went with a brand that I don't mind, but most people don't like, and that was Too Faced, and I chose the You're So Hot eyeshadow palette. I really like this. I've had this in my collection for a couple of years now, and the first time I used it was back in September when I was out of town. This is what I decided to bring with me. Don't know what made me reach for it to bring it, but I was so happy that I did. I've really liked everything that has come out of this. So I have used, my goal was to reach for every shade in this palette twice, except for the very first shade because it's more of a beige matte shade, which is usually what I like to use to set down my lids, and I use them one at a time. So I had to reach for every shade in here twice. The last update, I did not have every shade used twice, but I did have a couple of them used. And today I have officially hit my goal. Every shade in this palette has been used twice, and I think I actually did dip into this one once that I have marked down. I feel like I reached for a couple of these more than the 2 uses, but I only marked them at 2. So if I did, I don't have the usage on it, but that's okay. I really like this palette. This was a super simple, easy to use palette. You could definitely like use almost all of the shades in just a single look. I really did enjoy this, and I'm happy that I have it in my collection, and I would like to start reaching for it just a little bit more somewhere down the line. So that we get to roll out, which is exciting. Then last month I had rolled in 3 new prompts. I had started off the project with 3. It was supposed to be 4, so I rolled in 3 prompts last month to get me to my 4 prompt thing, use it, whatever it's called. So the first one that we are going to chat about is the end, and this is a product that you want to finish off. Now I decided I was going to pull in my Bitterlace Beauty highlighter. You guys have seen this before, and I managed to get some really good use on it in the project that it was in prior to rolling it in last month. And I had repressed it, so all that I had left to use was whatever I had repressed, and I figured it would take me a little bit of time. But you guys, it is completely finished off. Yes, this fallout is that shade. I'm not gonna like try and clean it all up and use it to count it as completely being finished. The pan is empty, and it is very bittersweet. I loved this highlighter, but I think towards the end of it, as much as I enjoyed it and loved it, I think I was slightly ready to like not so much move on from it, but there was a couple times where I felt like it really helped make my blush look a little too cool toned or a little too like not really what I was going for, surprisingly. But that was only the last like less than a handful amount of uses. Every other time I've used this highlighter, I've absolutely fallen in love with it. It's one of my absolute favorites. So this is completely finished. I still have this one left from Bitterlace Beauty as well. Maybe one day I will throw that into a project as well to get some more use sorry and love on it. But for now, this is complete. Then I had rolled in the Garden. So this is one of your prettiest products, packaging, color story. And I decided I was gonna go with the Milk Makeup Highlighter. I wanted to use this 23 times. Now I have not quite hit the 23 mark. I do have it marked down here that I have used it a total of 8 times, but I have really enjoyed it. Now I was saying last month when I rolled it in that I was probably going to wait until I finished off the Bitterlace Beauty highlighter to actually start working on this. I didn't necessarily do that. I just kind of reached for what I felt like that day, and I had started reaching for this a lot sooner than I expected. So if I had done that, then I'm sure the Bitterlace Beauty highlighter would have been completed much sooner. But nonetheless, I still managed to get 8 uses on here, and I have also been using another highlighter in between as well. So this usage could be more, but it is where it is right now, and that's totally okay. I think it's such a pretty highlighter. Just very like, I don't know, I really like how it looks on the skin. This lighting isn't doing it very well, but right there you can kind of see. I just think it's really pretty. So I still have a few uses to go on this one, but that's okay. I don't mind her sticking around. I like this one, so it's going to be in here for as long as it's going to be in here for. And then the prompt, who are you, is a palette with a color story that best describes you. Now, for the time being, I went with a neutral palette because yes, I love a neutral eye look, but I also love very colorful. I love something a little more on the pink tone. I switch it up a little bit, so I kind of went with more, oh my god, my bangs are driving me nuts. I kind of went with more of like a seasonal version of me. And what I decided to go with was a curated single color story. These were the shades that I had put into this Krypton, I think the brand was called, I can't remember, magnetic eyeshadow palette. I have a few of them behind me. This was the more neutral color story that I came up with, so I decided to pull this one in because I figured it would be a good way to get some use on my singles. That was also part of the reason as to why I bought a few of these magnetic palettes, trying to create color stories to help get me some use on my singles. And let me tell you, I've been using this thing so much, like almost every single day. I'm wearing it today. I absolutely love this thing so much. I'm really happy with like the shades that I chose in here. So my goal, I kind of had two. I wanted to reach for every single shade in here, do no pan left behind, but I also wanted to dip into this a total of 5 extra separate times. I kind of didn't really explain that very well last month, and I don't know why. But basically, I had to reach for every single shade in here one time and then dip into this another 5 times, however that may be. Whether it was 1 shade, 2 shades, a whole look, it didn't matter. But as long as I was dipping into it 5 more times, and let me tell you, it has been well over 5 times. More often than not, I'm dipping in for just 1 shade, maybe 2, but it's never really for a full look. But I've been using this all the time. I really, really like this. The shade that I have probably used the most in here is the shade right here called Brown by MAC. I would just put that all over the lid and then put a shimmer on the center and call it a day. I did that quite a bit with this. These 2 shades here by Looksy I used quite a bit. There was a couple times I used Diamond Dog here by Urban Decay and mixed it with one of these other 2 shades, or even these 3 in total actually, but a lot of the time I would just use MAC's Brown all over the lid, pair something with it. Today I've reached into Pumpkin Spice Latte here by Sydney Grace. I've used these 2 a few times by Sydney. I've just like gone into this, you know, just pulled a shimmer if I needed to, did a really quick look if I needed to. I really, really enjoyed this. I'm super happy that I actually have like this little curated color story, and I'm hoping that this is going to expand into the other ones that I created back in like the summer or whenever it was. I get a lot more use out of my singles because I think that at least this way it's been working so far. So I have met 3 out of the 4 goals, which is really exciting. So I am going to roll in 3 brand new prompts. Now I don't have my notebook with me, so I am going to randomize, and then I'm going to just kind of take a look at the description here and see what I actually have rolled in. If I get something, again, we are not going to use it. We will just re-roll. No, I don't want to update right now. So this has 23 prompts. 23. Okay, so let's see what we get. Number 8. I'm just going to write these down first and then see if I need to re-roll. 11. 9. Okay. And 13. They're all very close together. Okay, so number 8 is Who Are You? A palette with a color story that best describes you. I'm just rolling that one out, so we are going to re-roll for that one. We got number 2. Number 11 is the playing card, so a product that you have to use 52 times. So that one is going to stay in. Number 9 is Tweedledee and Tweedledum, so a dupe. Number 13 is the Garden, one of your prettiest pack products. We are also rolling that one out, so we are going to re-roll for number 13. We have 22. Okay, so far we're keeping 11 and 9. And then number 2 is Follow the White Rabbit. So a product you purchased because of the hype or it was on trend. I have not used that one yet. And then number 22 is The End, a product you want to finish off, which I just rolled out of here. So whoops, we're going to roll one more time. Okay, I'm pretty sure I saw number 6 on there. Where's the little, get out of here. I hate advertisements on these stupid things. Yeah, number 6. Okay, so number 6 is, it's only a dream, a limited edition product or something that's discontinued. I also already used that one. Oh my God. Number 4 is Drink Me, the shrinking potion. So a mini or a travel size product, which I have not used. Okay, so we have number 2, 4, 9, and 11. So Follow the White Rabbit, a product you purchased because of the hype or it was on trend. Drink Me Shrinking Potion, a mini or a travel sized product. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, which is a dupe. And then the playing cards, product you have to use 52 times. Okay, let me go see what I have in my collection to pull in for these prompts, and I will be right back to show you guys. Okay, that was more of a struggle than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Let's just start in numerical order. So Follow the White Rabbit, a product that you purchased because of the hype or it was on trend. So the product that I purchased because of, you know, the hype and everything, I purchased after the hype had kind of like died down a bit, but I still was like excited and really wanted to try it, and I had heard good things, and you know, it was a thing for a while. So I ended up purchasing the MAC Skinfinish, is that what it's called? In Double Gleam, the highlighter. This is what it looks like. I purchased this, it's going on to 2 years now, and I think my goal is going to be to hit pan. You can obviously see where my brush goes when I do end up using this, and I do really like it. So I want to just focus in that area, hit pan, however long that may take me, and get some more love on this. Because like I said, it was actually one highlighter that I'm pretty sure I started using like almost right away after I had purchased it. And sometimes things sit for a little bit. And I have enjoyed it every time I've used it. So I do want to show it a little bit more love. I want to try and hit pan on that. Then we had Drink Me, which is the shrinking potion. And it is your mini or a travel sized product. So I also decided to go with a highlighter, and this one is by Becca. And you know, when I had just said that sometimes things sit around for a little bit before you ever use them, this one I have never reached for. I did have another one. I have used the Moonstone shade before, but this specific one I have never used before. So I want to just create a dip in here, show it a little bit of love. I do have 2 other mini Becca highlighters, and I believe it is vanilla quartz. I have 2 of those. I had 2 Moonstone ones, and this one has just never been touched. The other 2 I also have never touched. They have just been sitting and, you know, enjoying their time in my collection, but I think it is that time to finally get a little bit of use on here. So I do want to hit pan on this highlighter, but I want to just create a dip in this highlighter, a decent dip, not like a little slope, but a decent dip. But I'm not ready to try and hit pan on it, considering I've never used it before. But I am really looking forward to it starting to reach for that one, because I really do like that Moonstone shade. Then we had Tweedledee and Tweedledum, which is a dupe. Now because I'm also running low on time, didn't have a whole lot of opportunity to sit and try and figure out if any of the products that I have in my collection are dupes for other products or similar enough to be considered a dupe in one way or another. So I did find something, however, it's kind of reversed, where there is a dupe for this product. And I'm sure I have a few of those in my collection, but this one was just kind of like easy to grab and realize that there is a dupe out there for this. I don't have any dupe brands necessarily, nothing intentional anyways. But I think it's Alter Ego does a dupe or a lot of dupe eyeshadow palettes, and they dupe the Natasha Denona Retro palette. So because I have the original, I figured let's pull this in. I still have the thing on here, but I have reached for this a little bit, but I do want to just do No Pan Left Behind. I think if I tried to dip into this too much and put too much focus on this to create a bunch of looks and this and that, I don't want to put that pressure on myself. I just want to reach for every shade in here at least one time. Of course, I can reach for, you know, shades more than that, and I'm looking at this one right here. But like this shade will only be the one time. This shade will probably only be the one time. I'm sure most of these I'll want to create actual looks with, and I can. But I just want to make sure that I use every single shade in here one time, because even though I have reached for this palette before, I have not used every shade. So I am going to try my best to get that done. I have no idea how long that's going to take, but it is what it is. If this is in here for a few months, that's okay. It is that time of year where I don't mind wearing these cooler rosy tones for a few months or so. So we will see how long that's gonna take, but I am looking forward to actually dipping into this one and trying to get as much love on it as I can over the next little bit. And then number 11, which was the playing card. So a product that you have to use 52 times. And I was like, what do I want to use 52 times? I have no idea. I did consider a lipstick, but I was like, no, right now my lips are just so chapped and so like gross. It's just bugging me. So I really haven't been wearing lipstick at all. I think I've worn it like twice in the last almost 2 weeks maybe, like, and it's just to cover up what's like the peeling them. I don't know, it's just annoying. So anyways, I didn't want to go with a lip product because I was like, I didn't want to emphasize that any more than it already is. So I decided I was going to go with a NARS blush, and this is the mini that I have had in my project before quite a long time ago, and this one is in the shade Deep Throat. So I actually do have pan on here, and I was actually contemplating pulling this Becca shade in for this prompt. That's what I originally did, and then I had found this, so I was like, I will use this 52 times because I want to expand this pan and see how much more of this product I can use up, but I still wanted to keep the Becca product in here, so I decided to put it in for my mini prompt. So this is what Deep Throat is looking like. There is my pan. I'm hoping that I can, you know, hit side pan, but I would like to expand it out this way a little bit. But again, we're just gonna have to see where my brush hits, because I have found, especially with these little ones, that where I think my brush is hitting is not where the pan actually ends up showing up. And I'm like really surprised as to like where the where the pan ends up being when I do hit it compared to where I think it's going to be as I'm using it. So 52 uses. I am going to take a starting photo. So, you know, you will see it each month until those 52 uses are up and just see the progress of it, hopefully, as long as I remember. But I'm looking forward to dipping into this as well. I think I have used this once like semi-recently over the last like maybe month or two. So I do want to get back into this one. And then I have my 2 highlighters and my Natasha Denona palette. So I'm looking forward to this like this next few weeks, see how everything goes, see what my progress is going to be like, see how much use and love I can get on these products, and see how they're going to end up looking after a total of about 4 weeks or so. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. Everything about this project I forgot to mention in the beginning, but it is down in the description box, so please go check it out. Go check out the lovelies who have decided to join me this round. I really look forward to seeing their updates every month as well. So go check them out. And that's it. That's all for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm losing my breath here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will see you guys all later. Bye.